There's a saying, it's not what you look at that matters, it's what you see. And from the outside looking in, you probably haven't seen much. Perhaps you've only heard of the cornfields and corn heads. Those are here, and here to stay. But look closer, and you'll discover where corn meets road is a group of people who make this place called Lincoln awesome. Here, strangers are welcomed as friends, and travelers are treated as locals. A place that when you leave is somehow unexpectedly on your mind. Like other growing cities, we've got it all. Award-winning local breweries, captivating museums, curated fine art, innovative cuisine, charming shops and boutiques, a rich tradition of sports, and a diverse selection of entertainment. Experience is what matters. And community, well, that's our pride and joy. It's why 297,622 people, and counting, call it home. So when you come to Lincoln and discover everything this big little town in the Midwest has to offer, remember, with every interaction, moment, and experience you have, don't just look. See.
Hello and welcome to Out and About. I'm Diane Gonzalez. Some of Lincoln's biggest summer events are yet to come, and Jeff Mull joins me now with the details. Jeff is with Visit Lincoln, and last weekend I visited Leavenworth, Kansas for the first time.
And?
Very historic community, and it reminded me, you know, just to go around and explore the different places. There are a lot of places in Lincoln I haven't done that yet with.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing that we talk a lot about, is being a tourist in your own backyard or in your own hometown. So that's why we do what you and I do every month, is to give people new things to do, and lots to talk about today.
Yes, and a long time tradition in Lincoln was the Roller Sports Championships at Pershing for many, many years. Well, they're back, the 2024 National Championship.
Yeah, this year we will have 4 disciplines of inline skating in Lincoln, Nebraska. It's all going to take place at the Speedway Sports Complex. Things will get going in earnest first part of July, which is now. Actually, the floor is just wrapping up being finished. It's a new floor that went in and refinished, and we'll have skaters on it this weekend, and that will run through August 3rd. And excellent time to get out and enjoy it. About 4,000 people, competitors, coaches, family members will converge on Lincoln, and it's a big deal. Of course, we have the National Museum of Roller Skating Museum here.
So, if you haven't been there, it's a fun place to go see.
Such
48th and South Streets. But I bet they're busy during this as people want to see some of those relics from the past.
Yeah, and we just, our staff is very much hands-on with this event. We just actually finished up putting up the welcome wall. This was an idea that we had years ago, where family members could send welcome messages to their athlete, unknowing to the athlete. So when they get there, they're going to see all these messages up on the wall.
Oh, and, nice.
It's really neat to do and be a part of. So encourage people to go out and see it.
Okay. Also coming up right at the beginning of August is the Lancaster County Super Fair. This is 11,000 exhibits to go through, all kinds of music, and of course, food.
We might have some monster trucks, a figure-8 race in there, a watermelon eating contest, everything fried on a stick that you can imagine. And
funnel cake.
Yeah.
August
1st through the 10th, 10 days, the Sandhills Global Events Center, and lots to do out there. Of course, big fan of the 4-H exhibits that happen at the fair every year, and how people young and old get involved in winning ribbons. Neat experience.
It really is a super fair.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Another tradition, of course, we talked about this a little bit last month, is Disney's Tarzan. It's going to be the Pinewood Bowl musical, and Pinewood's going to turn into a jungle.
Yeah, for Tarzan, that's going to be really cool. Of course, the score a lot of people talk about was put together by Phil Collins, the one and only Phil Collins. Breathtaking choreography and much, much more. Audience of all ages have been transported back into the jungle as part of this production, and Pinewood Bowl's kind of a cool setting for that.
It is. It is.
It's a jungle in itself.
You're outdoors. What could be better?
Yes.
Also coming to a theater near you is Grease down in Hickman at the Nebraska Communities Playhouse. Danny and Sandy and the Pink Ladies and all the fun stuff that goes along with that great musical. One of the world's most popular musicals.
Yeah, the Nebraska Communities Playhouse down in Hickman, kind of a hidden gem in Lincoln and Lancaster County. You and I talked about things to go do that maybe you've not done before, and this would be a place to go. And an 8-year run on Broadway and 2 subsequent revivals. Grease is among the world's most popular musicals.
And oh, those summer nights.
Gosh, I was going to sing it right there. Lots of good music.
Let's
came
move
from
on
that.
quickly
Yes,
before
right.
Jeff sings. We've also got Oz, The Wizard of Oz, coming to Tada Theater.
Yeah, this tells the story of young Dorothy Gale and her dog Toto, who are swept away by a tornado from their Kansas farm to the magical land. Tada Theater, August 8th through the 11th and 15th through the 18th.
Flying monkeys always scared me when I was a little kid. But another place I've been in Kansas, an Oz Museum in Wamego. It's pretty cool.
Wamego?
Wamego.
Okay,
Yes.
good.
Very appropriate to have an Oz Museum in Kansas.
Very much.
I love The Wizard of Oz, but it did terrorize me as a young child.
There
in
were some
Kansas.
things that you go back and look at, and that was kind of a scary movie. It really was.
Also, some very deep meaning in that, the way he wrote it. So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
fun to look at kind of his motivations and
Yeah.
why he did what he did.
Just
Frank Baum.
take it for what you see on the screen.
All right. Another theater event coming up is the annual First Flight Festival. This is the 9th annual. Again, this is all works from the Angels Playwriting Collective, local actors, local directors, local plays. It's really fun, and some of the playwrights have become fairly famous.
Yeah, this is where they got their start. And new short, locally written plays with local directors and local casts. angelscompany.org for more information.
This is the play's first flight, so there's one flight from the 18th through the 21st, another one the 25th through the 28th. You can find the schedule at angelscompany.org. And if the big screen is more of your thing, you can go out and have some free movies in the park. These are all really fun family movies.
Yeah, The Little Mermaid at the Belmont Rec Center will kick things off. We'll have Dr. Seuss's The Lorax at the F Street Community Center, Kung Fu Panda 4 at the Calvert Rec Center, and Back to the Future at the Antelope Park Band Shell. You know, this is a fun concept. Everything they're doing at the airport, showing movies on the side of the hangars is fun, and bringing back drive-in theaters is kind of what this feels like we're doing, right?
yeah.
We kind of grew up with that.
Yes, we did. At the drive-in. Oh, those summer nights. Oh boy, we'll go back to that time and time again. And now that song's going to be in my head.
It's here.
All right, we need some stand-up comedy, and this is the Moms Unhinged. Although men are welcome, I think they may not get all the jokes.
They'll be looked at a lot if there are men in the crowd. Moms Unhinged has been selling out shows all over the country and is coming to Lincoln for a special performance. They do clean-ish,
Clean-ish, yes, it
comedy.
is for 21 and older.
Yeah, so it's a
but
fun night out with girlfriends, neighborhood group, or your own mom, and should be a lot of fun. Perfect setting at the Rococo Theater. Not a bad seat in the house.
Oh no, it's been great. The shows they had to move
Yes.
from Jazz in June. They
Yep.
moved 2 shows to the Rococo, so it's a great venue to have close by. In case.
I'd like to see us use the Rococo a little bit more, but we're happy with what it's doing right now.
Lincoln's first ever Comic-Con is coming, and this is coming to the Lead Center.
Yeah, there'll be cosplay, contest, character meet and greets, vendors, panels, kids activities, and more. More information at Facebook, Lead Center. Lots of great things happening on the 2nd and 3rd of August.
And if you are downtown, you might see some people in costume roaming the streets.
Yes.
That always makes things fun.
It is a lot of fun. Yeah,
Kind of like Zombie Fest. Do you remember Zombie Fest?
I do. I
Yeah.
do.
Do they do that anymore?
They don't. Haven't had it for several years. I think
Okay.
maybe it
Well,
kind of ran
maybe-
its course.
Maybe some of the zombies will get together at Comic-Con and
Maybe they'll collide.
there you Okay, let's move on to, we mentioned the airport, and they've got a big event coming out there, Air Power History Tour. You can actually fly in the iconic B-29 Super Fortress Fifi, and also the B-24 Liberator Diamond Lil. I'm sure
Yeah.
there's a cost to take a ride, but
There is.
you can go out and just take a look at everything too.
Tour all the planes on the ground or take a ride in one of these historic aircraft. I actually have been on the Super Fortress Fifi during one of the air shows we had in the past.
How was it?
It was amazing. It was amazing, the technology, how that's changed over the years. Some of us that had something to do with the air show itself got a chance to go up there, so we went down to the front gunner, and I walked all the way back to the tail gunner, and that was a cool experience because you get back there. and you're standing up and all you have is this panel in front of you that you are just looking at Mother Earth. And I was thinking, think about these young kids back in the day that crawled back there, and their responsibility was to keep people from shooting at them, when the goal of the enemy at that time was to get that tail gunner.
Right.
So neat aircraft to be a part of, so we want people to go out and see this. You got 4 days to do it, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So
And we are taping this right before the 4th of July. That
Yep.
kind of bravery is what
it is.
kept our nation free.
I love thinking about that.
Okay, as we mentioned earlier, it's always fun to go out and explore new places in your hometown that you've never seen before, and that's the idea behind Field Trip Across Lincoln and beyond.
Yeah, throughout July, participants can visit locations and complete activities provided in the official passport. In exchange for completing a task, participants will earn a stamp from a location. The more stamps, you have a chance to win prizes, and there will be prizes including classes, family and museum memberships, and more. So lots of great giveaways, great ways to engage with the community.
Museum.unl.edu is the website to check everything out. Okay, let's run down the farmers markets, and then we're going to talk about some of the other fun events going on in our neighborhoods. First of all, we start with the historic Haymarket Farmers Market, which is every Saturday. Then on Sunday, we head out to College View for the Sunday Farmers Market there in the Seventh-day Adventist Church parking lot. Wednesdays through September 25th at Union Plaza, 5 to 7 p.m. Pick up some nice things for dinner at the Hub Farmers Market. And then Thursday Farmers Market is in Fallbrook. So lots of opportunities to get out there, get your produce, get your kolaches.
Oh, yeah.
All
Lots
the
of good
stuff,
opportunities,
all
yes.
the good stuff. And as I mentioned, also some fun neighborhood events. University Place has a Maker's Market the third Sunday of each month.
Yeah, a farmer's market of sorts, but a little bit more things going on there, including music, food trucks, and more vendors. University Place neighborhood, 10 to 2 on Sunday, July 21st.
And then East Campus has its Discovery Days and Farmers Market coming up again August 10th. We talked about getting a scoop of ice cream at the newly renovated dairy store, but you can also take in the backyard farmer garden, and there'll be lots of hands-on science fun.
Yeah, we have the Tractor Test and Power Museum over there. We have a tractor museum. It's very cool back in there, so a great opportunity to go over there. Take in East Campus when school's not in session, because there's a lot to see back there. An arboretum on East Campus as well.
There you go. All right, we mentioned the Farmers Market in Fallbrook. They're also having their second annual Fallbrook Summer Festival. That's at the town center. Dog friendly.
Yes, summer festivals are all about bringing everybody in the house, whether it be your family, your dogs, but you're going to come out and enjoy some great music, arts and crafts, food, lots of great things at the market.
Another summertime tradition is out at the Camp Creek Threshers Showgrounds. That's near Waverly. Their 47th annual show.
Yeah, neat event to be a part of. Watch demonstrations of antique farming equipment, see how it was done back in the day before automation took over. Even today, automation is kind of taking things over. They'll have machines, tractors, plows, and other agricultural implements. Also get opportunity to witness some blacksmithing taking place. That's really fun. Butter churning, corn shelling. The event will be fun for the whole family. This is on the Camp Creek Threshing Grounds in Waverly on July 20th and 21st.
Okay, July 27th, and the Nebraska Disability Pride Celebration is coming to Auld Pavilion in Antelope Park. 34 years ago, the ADA was passed, and really that's had an impact on every venue in town in getting people more access, all people.
And I like that we're celebrating kind of how far we've came, and I think there's a good opportunity people to get onto Facebook, take a look at Nebraska Disability Pride, and learn more about the event itself and some of the history.
Rail Yard Rims is coming to the Rail Yard, and this is an event to celebrate or to support the YMCA, but there's an adult cup and a youth cup.
Yeah, Friday night the adult cup will start in 3v3 round robin playing games and finishing with a single elimination tournament. On Saturday the youth cup starts. Back for a second year, this 3-on-3 youth division is for kids entering 4th through 12th. I always say this is an opportunity to see downtown Todd Ogden get crazy on the courts. He's a huge basketballer. I think guys like Eric Gerard, if you know Eric, he competes. And
I didn't know Eric played.
It's a neat opportunity to see these guys competing against other adults.
Rail Yard Rims, August 2nd and 3rd, the website, railyardrims.splashthat.com.
Love it.
Speaking of splashing, you can learn how to do stand-up paddleboard.
Nice job.
Otherwise known as SUP.
Yeah. Holmes Lake, the Lincoln Paddleboard Group is putting together this great opportunity to learn how to paddleboard. When the class is over, you'll feel confident enough to paddle out on your own. You'll be able to rent a board and head out on the water without instruction. Takes a little learning, much like snow skiing or water skiing, but a great opportunity to learn something fun and safe at Holmes Lake.
Also at our lakes, Nebraska Game and Parks is continuing its community fishing events. There's July 31st and August 6th at Bowling Lake, and then August 13th at Holmes.
And if you don't have any fishing gear in your garage or in your basement or the back of your car, they're going to provide free loaner rods and reels, bait and fishing instruction for all ages. And just to see a little kiddo or even adult that's not fished before catch their first fish is memorable.
Pretty fun. And if you're 16 and older, you need a fishing license. You can get those at gooutdoorsne.com. Run for the Pines, and you'll see that is FOUR. That is not a typo. It's actually a 4-mile cross-country run walk.
Yeah, after party after the run itself will include local food, brews, and live music in the Arboretum. Run, walk, or just have a good time. Runforthepines.com, as you mentioned.
All right. Have you ever seen a sailing race?
No.
All right. There is a women's national sailing race coming to Branched Oak.
Yeah, the National Snipe Championships will take place. The mission is to promote and encourage the sport of sailing and sailboat racing. The club offers ramp and beach access for sailing and paddlecraft, clubhouse, and camping. This is being done in coordination with a lot of great groups like the Lincoln Sailing Club, Snipe Fleet 567, who are hosting this event at Branched Oak.
Lots of events at our lakes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good to see. There's plenty of water in those lakes right now.
Oh, boy.
Goodness.
We've got a little bit too much rain and a little
know.
too much wind last night.
Yeah, for sure.
But I do enjoy the cooler weather, just not the storms.
A little morning thunderstorm wants me to, I just won't stay in bed.
Okay. And rain is something you want to avoid at a Lincoln Salt Dogs game as well.
Yeah.
But they've got a bunch of games coming up. I read an article this morning. They're doing better on the road than they are at home. So we need to get out there and support them.
Well, that's definitely true. And the Kansas City Monarchs, the Chicago Dogs, the Kansas City Monarchs again, and the Winnipeg Goldeyes will visit sometime between the middle of July and the middle of August. Great tickets available, great entertainment. Kudos to Shane, Charlie, Dave, everybody over at Haymarket Park for putting on some great family fun entertainment.
And I have discovered that I can see the fireworks from Fireworks Fridays from my new place.
Do you have watch parties at your place? No. Are we advertising? Come over and, enjoy the fireworks.
I think they're probably visible for a lot of people.
That's kind of nice, though.
Downtown, but it is.
That's a perk.
The first time I'm like, that sounds like fireworks. And I'm like, oh, it's Fireworks Fridays.
Fridays, yes.
Those are coming up July 12th, 26th, and August 21st. Yeah. So be prepared. If you see fireworks and it's not the 4th of July, it's the Salt Dogs.
You bet it is.
And now for something completely different, we have events for fans of two major musical acts. We're going to start with the late, great Toby Keith. A Toby Keith tribute band is coming to the Icebox.
Yeah, the gentleman that made the Red Solo Cup an incredibly famous piece of beer drinking. That's just what he sang about. It's nice to have a couple things we're going to talk about here, two different venues, but the first one, a Toby Keith tribute at the Icebox, I think will be a great opportunity to pay tribute to a guy that's in the Country Music Hall of Fame. He's got a lot of great partying music, and a lot of people grew up to kind of Toby Keith and country music. So
he died way too early. Died earlier this year and was posthumously inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. A much-deserved honor for a much-loved performer.
Yeah, the neat thing about him is as he was battling cancer, he wanted to get back out on tour, and unfortunately that next round came and took him. So hopefully people get out and show their tribute towards Toby at an event at the Icebox.
And an act that is taking the world by storm, of course, is Taylor Swift.
Right.
And Swifties can head to Robbers Cave for a fun afternoon of friendship bracelets, and there's going to be a DJ playing all of Taylor's music. And yeah, if you're a Taylor Swift fan, this would be a lot of fun. She might show up.
Boy, that would be neat. Of course, she'd bring one of the Kelseys with her, right?
Yeah.
Her guy.
Her guy.
This is going to be fun. When we say Robbers Cave, things don't necessarily have to happen in the cave. They have a great upstairs, ground floor auditorium area for people to dance, sing, have a lot of fun. And more information on Facebook. Look up the Swifties Summer Gala.
All right. Wow, you've got a great tan, but that's not from golfing, it's from working outside, right?
It is. This is the time of year. You don't have to be outside too long.
No.
To gain this, but it's a busy summer, Diane. We encourage people to get down to our visitor center at 7th and P Log on at lincoln.org. We're adding new events every day, and actually today we announced a pretty big tennis event that will be coming to the
Great.
Dillon Center on the University of Nebraska's campus that hasn't been here since 1978 or 79.
Wow.
So it's an ATP tennis classic. So kind of breaking
Excellent.
news today. We just released it this morning, so it's a great partnership with the University of Nebraska, and it's good again to be doing some great sports activities in our community.
What's the date on that?
It's in August.
Okay, so we'll be talking about it next month
We
as
will
well.
be, but we want people to follow that and hopefully be a part of it.
Saw one of those at Pinnacle Bank Arena
Yeah,
a while back.
right.
It was super fun. The
Yeah.
players have a lot of fun and a rapport with the crowd, and it's a great
I
time.
think we had McEnroe here for that, if I remember right, or
and,
Jimmy Connors.
Andy Roddick was
Andy
here.
Roddick, yeah.
So, yeah.
My gosh,
All right.
those were fun days.
Well, we'll get more information on that next month.
Sounds good.
Okay, get out there and have some fun. You're working too hard.
Will do. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, as we go to break, we're going to take a look at some of the great outdoor music series going on in our community. And then Tim Savona will join us from Pinnacle Bank Arena and Pinewood Bowls, so stay with us. Back to Out and About. It's a busy summer at Pinewood Bowl and Pinnacle Bank Arena, and Tim Savona is the general manager of both those venues. You're a busy guy, but
Yeah.
thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you very much. No, happy to be here. It's been a great start to the summer. We're in a little bit of a quiet period now with the play being out at the bowl, so
Right.
staff's getting some much earned time off.
Getting in your Tarzan break right now.
Yeah,
but
Tarzan.
I must say, I saw the Robert Plant Alison Krauss concert. Fabulous.
It was really
And,
good, huh?
The food, the drink,
Yeah,
the ushers,
Good.
the parking, getting in and out. It's such a great venue.
that's good to hear. That's really
Yes.
good to hear. Thank you. Yeah, that was a fun night. That
Yes,
was a
it
legendary.
was.
It was a special night. It's nice when it all comes together like that.
Yeah, and to hear some of the Led Zeppelin songs that I grew up with in a different way.
Yeah, different
and-
tone.
But it was still Robert Plant,
Yeah.
so that was pretty
Yeah.
cool. And Alison Krauss, wow,
Yeah, she's-
gorgeous voice, beautiful violin player. Yeah,
Yeah, she's
it
really
was
good.
Wonderful. Okay,
Yeah.
let's move forward then.
Forward we go.
The play,
The
Tarzan,
play.
closes on the 21st. That's your last chance to see Tarzan in the Pinewood Bowl jungle. And then 2 nights later, you have Vampire Weekend.
Yeah, we'll start right away as soon as the play's moving out. We'll sneak in there with Vampire Weekend, and it's a great rock show. They're a hot band right now. They had a new album come out late spring, early summer. They're playing lots of big festivals. I'd probably consider this like an underplay. You know, I mean, we call that in our business when a band or a show probably plays larger facilities, but they make exceptions to do something smaller on occasion. It's an underplay. I feel like this is an underplay for us, like a really good one. So, looking forward to that night. It's been kind of circled on the calendar for a while for me.
Yeah. And then the very next night, Jason Mraz and the Super Band.
Yeah, a
So-
little different tone there coming off Vampire Weekend, but Jason Mraz, he got really popular years ago with his song "I'm Yours." Remember that? So he's like pop, folk. Sometimes they call it like surfer pop. But he's a really kind of a flexible artist. Covers a lot of different genres. Good show, family-friendly show. It's great for Pinewood.
August starts off then on the 9th with a great combo, Dwight Yoakam and the Mavericks together.
Yeah, together. And Drayton Farley was just added to that
Wow.
to that lineup.
I don't know
So
who that is, but
he's an up-and-coming artist, pretty good, pretty
adding
popular.
somebody to 2
Yeah.
great acts.
Definitely added value for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, and we get another intermission out of it, so we like that. But, yeah, this lineup has been dynamite for the last 18 months or so, and that's going to push a sellout. It's getting close now.
Mm-hmm.
So, not one that you probably would have thought would do that when it first went up, but it's been real hot, real popular, and I think it's going to get there by the time the show's here. We've still got another 30 plus days. So.
Yeah, and I would suggest on that second intermission that people go out and get some of the ice cream. It's really good.
Yeah, ice
On a
cream.
hot
That's a new
summer night.
addition this year.
Yeah, it's fabulous.
Yeah, Colby Ridge, live from Pinewood Bowl.
All right, now I'm hungry for ice cream. Okay, August 11th then, John Fogerty, what a legendary voice.
CCR fame, Creedence Clearwater Revival. Just an artist that everybody knows. It's one of those bands, or he's one of those people where you listen to him sing and you listen to all the songs and you're like, oh, I didn't know he sang that, or oh, I know that song. You're gonna know pretty much everything that night, and you don't even
Right.
realize you do. So perfect show for Pinewood. Feels a lot like the Doobie Brothers. Feels a lot like Robert Plant. So another great one, and I mean, our lineup this year's been strong. I mean, our team's done a phenomenal job.
Yes, very nice. August 21st, Blue October with Switchfoot. Matt Nathan said it's the Help from My Friends tour.
Yeah, this is like 3 headliners in one, so you get a really great value on your ticket here. Blue October's been here once or twice as a support act for shows in the past. So has Switchfoot. Matt Nathanson's just a really popular artist right now and doing great work. So to see all 3 of them in one night is a great deal. Tickets are pretty moderately priced too. So I would encourage that for sure. That's shortly after school starts, about 2 weeks after school. But
Well, some great combos this year where you get to see not just one, not just 2, but maybe
Yeah.
3 great acts.
a
So
variety there.
a lot of variety. All right, September 18th is going to close out the season, I think. Yes?
I think so.
With Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah, I mean, what is this, July 2nd, so we still have time, but I would be shocked if we added another show. There's a couple things poking around out there. Sometimes they pop up, but it would be late September, early October. I don't know. We'll see. But Bare Naked Ladies, we're already a little late in our season there, September 18th. That's my wife's birthday, by the way.
Ah, she want to go to the concert?
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. But this is, to me, like summer rock at its finest. You know, they're one of those '90s bands that got popular late in the '90s. You know what? Remember that song "If I Had $1 Million"?
Yes.
Yeah, that's them.
Yep.
So just an act that resonates with a lot of people. To me, it feels kind of like Cake.
Oh, yeah.
Different band, different genre, kind of, but just like kind of a crossover audience. Those '90s kids looking to go back to their roots. So.
Yeah,
But
you
I think
mentioned
it'll be
those
a great
songs, and now I have them all running through my head.
Mm-hmm,
Okay, let's go indoors now to Pinnacle Bank Arena, and we're going to have July 27th, the next activity coming up. It's Bulls and Bands and Barrels.
Yeah, we've had been a little quiet at PBA this summer. We've had a couple private events. We do have the Jehovah's Witness convention coming in this weekend, 4th of July weekend. So certainly a great economic booster for our downtown area. But Bulls, Bands, and Barrels, this is an event that's been in the Southeast for a while. They've been real popular down there. They've had lots of big bands kind of before they got huge, Zach Bryan, Morgan Wallen. These are artists that have played on the Bulls, Bands, and Barrels show. So these guys are going more mainstream now. They're branching out. They're playing a lot of markets across the country. And we're excited to give it a go here at the end of July. And
Tell us again how that works. There's a band here, and then there's something going on.
yeah, so it's like bull riding on the end. So they'll do like the bull and rodeo style bull riding element on the one side, and then when that's all done, there's a stage on the other side of the floor, and then the bands will play. There's actually more than one. I mean, Flatland Cavalry is like the headliner, but Sam Barber's opening. Sam Barber's really popular right now. So this will end, and then this will start, and you'll have kind of a concert element, and there's opportunities to get down to the floor to enjoy the show on the dirt. So it's just kind of like a bang for your buck kind of deal, 2 events in one.
There you go.
It's a Saturday night.
All right. Hosier is coming August 14th. Is that one sold out?
Hosier
Pretty
is
close?
sold out. Yeah, Hosier's sold out. Has been for quite some time. This is a big show. I mean, don't miss it if you have an ability or access to tickets. Go. This artist is on fire right now. It's selling out arenas all over the country. We have been sold out for probably 5-6 months. So great spot to be in. Yeah.
All right, we got some sad news today. August 18th, Heart with Cheap Trick has been canceled.
Postponed.
Postponed. One of the Wilson sisters has taken ill.
Yeah, they canceled their European leg for some medical related stuff and some rest, and North America was unaffected. And then we just recently found out, of course, as recently as today, the postponement, that medical period and I assume resting time and recovery time needs to be extended. So they've postponed the rest of the year 2024, all the dates, and they're currently going through and trying to regroup and reroute it so that it can play off in the in 2025.
Well, that's good that it's not canceled but postponed.
Yeah, yep.
So,
The
'cause this
expectation
gonna
is it'll
a
be
good
back.
show,
Yeah, we certainly wish them a speedy recovery, and stay tuned for info on our website, and we'll announce it as soon as we have guidance.
All right. August 24th, concert season resumes with Freaks on tour. 2 big names.
Yeah, 2 big headliners in one. Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper. A lot of fun that show is. I like Rob Zombie a lot. It's kind of a fun mix of rock and heavy metal, I guess you could say. Alice Cooper, super theatrical, super entertaining. And then you got a few, openers on there too. So that's another one, like a lot of bang for your buck. I think there's 4 or 5 bands going to play on that night. So
Fun.
a fun night of partying on a Saturday night at the end of August.
All right. A new concert that's recently been announced for September 5th, Sexy Red.
Yeah, Sexy Red is an artist that's coming on fire. If you've heard of Megan Thee Stallion, she's kind of coming up a pathway like that. Megan Thee Stallion's really big right now, selling out everywhere. Sexy Red is like the newer style, the new age artist who's making a lot of waves and turning a lot of heads. She just gave a phenomenal performance on the BET Awards just this week. So making a lot of movement. I feel like this is an artist that we're catching on the uprise, and by the time that show gets here, I think it's going to be a big night.
Okay. October 11th, and Suicide Boys. This is hip hop pierced with punk intensity and laced with southern flows.
Yeah, a little bit of everything there, Suicide Boys. We had this show 2 years ago, 2022. Last year they went to Omaha, and now this year they're coming back to us. It's certainly a group that tends to skew a little younger, the high school and the college age audiences, which is good. These our facilities, we want to appeal to all audiences. We want to have something for everybody, spread it out. So, but this will be a big show. I mean, they've been really strong. I think the last time they were here, we did like 8,000 people. So they keep getting bigger. That's why they keep kind of coming around.
Okay, Pink then, October 20th, another big show. She was last here in 2018. Sold out again?
Not yet, but it's
Not
getting
yet?
there. It will. Yeah, it's getting there. Pink, I feel like we've been talking about Pink for a while. I'm really looking forward to that one, but October is still so far away, and I don't want to wish away all the summer, and say hurry up and get here, but
Right.
definitely a date to circle on your calendar. It's a huge show. She did all stadiums last year, so she has something like 50 semi-trucks on tour, something like that, 45,
Wow.
50, and now they got to consolidate all that and turn it into an arena tour. So it's a big production. It's a big show. She's as big as she's ever been, and if you've seen her, you know that, and you want to see her again. If you haven't seen her, don't miss the opportunity, because
With
she's
all
good.
the things she does, is there extra time for setup for a show like that?
Yeah, there is actually. The day before we have to hold, and we'll set up the whole day.
Wow.
Yeah, all those trucks will unload the day before.
All right. A few days later, then Brandon Lake is coming.
Yeah, Brandon Lake is a Christian artist, very popular. Been playing a big tour the last 12 to 18 months. That show's selling really well. I love that we, again, spreading out the genres here as we go through this list. You got Rob Zombie, you got Sexy Red, you got Suicide Boys, you got Pink, you have Brandon Lake. I mean, these are all different genres, all different audiences. That's what the entertainment business in our community is all about, is just something for everybody. Brandon Lake, we haven't had a Christian show in a little while. I think Mercy Me was our last one we did in the spring of 23. So it'll be about 18 months later. This is something we hope we can repeat, 2 or 3 times a year with more of this content. So it seems to be off to a really good start. It's doing really well. Look forward to it to grow and do more.
All right. Thanksgiving week, then, the legendary Hank Williams Jr. will be in Lincoln.
This is the weekend before Thanksgiving. I think Thanksgiving is 28, November 28th. So the weekend prior. This is the Friday night, Hank Williams Jr., Friday night, November 22nd, the night before the last Husker home football game.
Oh, that's right.
So it's our hope that we'll kind of make it a kind of a fun blowout weekend. Hopefully the Huskers are, playing really well. I'm sure they will be, and we can finish a home season strong and have kind of a pre-game concert, so to speak, to go in front of it. But Hank Williams Jr. is a legend, been around, been doing really good business all year this year. It feels like people haven't seen him in a while, and they want to make sure they do before they can't anymore. So should be a fun night. They haven't announced who's going to open and support that show, but a lot of his shows have had just phenomenal artists on them. So no doubt we'll get 1 or 2 of those.
Okay. Summer's going too fast. Before long, we'll be talking about Husker hoops.
I know. Can you believe it? This is my favorite time of year, though. July 4th is my favorite holiday. So
Yay.
I'm very excited for the week, and
All right.
I guess I'll take the downtime, although our job's to book events, not to take downtime. But
That's right.
we're all humans, and our team certainly can appreciate some fun.
All right. Well, PinnacleBankArena.com, PinewoodBowlTheater.com are the websites to go to check out all the events, see what tickets are available, and
Yeah, check them out. There's a lot of traffic right now, so there's going to be a lot more coming down the pipe, I think, in the next 2 to 6 weeks. I bet you we announce 3, 4, or 5 more shows
Okay.
for who knows when, but
we'll stay tuned.
a lot of traffic.
Okay, thank you so much. And thank you all for joining us for this edition of Out and About. I want to thank Jeff and Tim again for joining me. These are two of the hardest working guys in Lincoln, so we're very fortunate that they join us once a month to promote all the great things happening in Lincoln. Now, if you missed some of the information, stay tuned. We'll be running a full list after the show. Until next month, thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you out and about, and happy 4th of July.
There's a saying, it's not what you look at that matters, it's what you see. And from the outside looking in, you probably haven't seen much. Perhaps you've only heard of the cornfields and corn heads. Those are here, and here to stay. But look closer, and you'll discover where corn meets road is a group of people who make this place called Lincoln awesome. Here, strangers are welcomed as friends, and travelers are treated as locals. A place that when you leave is somehow unexpectedly on your mind. Like other growing cities, we've got it all. Award-winning local breweries, captivating museums, curated fine art, innovative cuisine, charming shops and boutiques, a rich tradition of sports, and a diverse selection of entertainment. Experience is what matters. And community, well, that's our pride and joy. It's why 297,622 people, and counting, call it home. So when you come to Lincoln and discover everything this big little town in the Midwest has to offer, remember, with every interaction, moment, and experience you have, don't just look. See.